everyone, today I have a little bit of a different video in mind for you, because today I will be going over and analyze maybe the European Football Championship group stages. Now, if you're in Europe, you probably know what is going on, you're probably following, but I thought let's make a video in which we will, not shortly, just recap the group stages, and in which I will give my opinion on who I think will do well, and give my few predictions, give my ideas on the matches that I did like, and who I enjoy to see, man, that's what I might say, Jesus, which teams I like to see playing, that's what I want to say. So I think without further ado, let's just get into Group A of the European Championship. So let's just start off with the host group, Group A, of course, with Germany, Hungary, yeah, Scotland and Switzerland. Now, this was a very interesting group. I think Germany, as their hosts, a lot of expectations behind them, and they lived up to it. They won 2 of their matches. They had a draw against Switzerland, but in general showed that they are definitely strong in their own country. So 5-1 against Scotland, 2-1 against Hungary, and of course 1-1 against Switzerland. But overall, against Switzerland they were a bit weaker, but I do think that they are definitely a team that is going to do well. Of course, they still finished top of their group, and Switzerland also going through. I don't think Hungary made it through. They were third, but only with 3 points, so I don't think that they got enough to make it out. No, they didn't. So out of this group, you only have Germany and Switzerland made it. As for Switzerland, I don't see their chances too high because they face Italy. For Germany, though, they play Denmark. They're definitely gonna go through to the next round. Further than that, it depends on who they'll face. Because I think that in the quarterfinals they probably face Spain. That's a very big match. So that's Group A. I think it was an interesting group. Lots of good football. It's a shame Scotland drowned in it. So we'll move on to Group B. So Group B, the group that honestly had probably the best teams and a thrilling finale, of course, with Croatia, Italy. Croatia, very unlucky. 2 late equalizers, one against Albania, one against Italy in like the 90th plus minute. It was a shame to see them go out, because they definitely deserved better. But yeah, Albania, it was an equalizer in the 95th minute. Italy, kind of the same. Ooh, what am I doing? And so they're probably out. I think they are out because they only have 2 points. Spain, perfect group. They won all of their matches, so definitely, in my eyes, a favorite for the tournament. Because, 1-0 against Albania, maybe not the strongest, but they did already beat Italy, and they beat Croatia 3-0. So, definitely, in my eyes at least, a favorite for the tournament. So that's Group B. Let's move on then to Group C, a group which, I don't know, this my camera's a bit, a group in which I have a lot to criticize about. Firstly, of this group, 3 teams went through. So Slovenia also made it, and then Denmark and England. But England, oh my god, I am baffled that with a team of that quality, of that talent, they play such boring football. It's such. It's a snooze fest. Like 1-0, 1-1, 0-0. They were just bad. I think it's not an understatement that they were just bad. And they faced Slovakia, which on the first instance you would think England would win that. It's only Slovakia, but England struggled to get past Denmark and Slovenia. Sorry. In fact, they didn't get past them. So I don't know if they have what it takes to continue in the Euros. As for Denmark, they were alright. I guess they faced Germany, so I don't think that they'll make it that far. Yeah, they were also not very convincing in their group stages. They didn't win a single match. As for Slovenia, I think they're just happy to be there. They face Portugal. I don't think that they're going to knock out Portugal. But yeah, I don't think that any of these three teams have a lot of chances to make it in future rounds. England might make it to the quarterfinals, but after that, I don't know. They just weren't good. They weren't convincing. They were, just boring to watch. I think that's probably the worst offense of it. Then we arrived at Group D. Group D was a group, in my opinion, that was just fun to watch, except for France. Austria played great football. Honestly, that really surprised me. Of course, they were beaten by France, which is no shame in it, because it was only 1-0 and France didn't score. It was an own goal, so basically the top scorer of France is Mbappé, tied with Weber, I think it's pronounced Weber. So it already kind of tells you how much France really did. I think that as France with Mbappé, with such a team, I mean, look at just at the players that they have, right? Where can I see the lineup? They have a lot of good players. Mbappé is one of them. Kante is another one of them. They have a really strong team. World Cup finalists, and they were so unconvincing in their group stage that I genuinely don't think that they're favorites for the tournament anymore. They face Belgium, which we'll get into in a bit. A match in which I think that they're definitely favorites, but that's only because excuse me, that's only because Belgium was equally poor in their group stages. But we'll get to that once we get to that group. As for Austria, they faced Turkey, a match which I think that they can win. I feel pretty with what they showed against the Netherlands in that 3-2. Great match, by the way. Absolute banger, really. It was a really an entertaining match for the neutral spectator. Because I'm not a fan of either Austria or the Netherlands. For me, it was a fun match. I can understand that the Dutch weren't too thrilled with it, but yeah. So the Netherlands only third. They didn't make it through to the next round. I think they played Romania. Yeah, Romania. And the Netherlands should win. If you can't, of course, always say if they will win, because you can't rule out Romania. You can't rule out any team, really. You can always have an upset with these tournaments. But the Netherlands should win. They're definitely the stronger team. And Poland, they didn't show much. A point against France, which is nice. It's a really tough group. But they were beaten quite convincingly by Austria and by the Netherlands. They took the lead, but eventually Netherlands was just better. If you look at the stats, the Netherlands honestly weren't super convincing. If I look at these stats, they have most of the possession. It's a shame for Lewandowski. It's a shame for Polish fans, but yeah, it doesn't really come as a surprise knowing in advance the group that they were in with the Netherlands and with France. You know it's gonna be tough, and Austria did better than everyone really expected of them, which is, to me, I think they could maybe cause an upset later in the tournament. Of course, that's only speculation at this point, so we'll see. I think we should keep an eye out for the Austrians though. So, speaking of the Belgians, Group E, the group that ended in basically a draw all around, all 4 points. Look, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Belgium wasn't good. They were good against Ukraine. They were good against Romania, a 2-0 victory. And they were good at the start of Slovakia and then just vanished. But in general, I don't think that they were very good. They don't play as a unit, maybe. The coach doesn't seem to really know what he wants to do with the team, and I genuinely don't think that it's not that they lack talent. That's maybe, like, they have good players. They have a team that with a good plan and a good strategy could make it far. They have a few world-class players. They have a few decent players too. I think the only problem is their defensive line. That is just not what it used to be with Company and Vertongen and Alderweireld. Now it's not horrible with Theater and with fuck the other one. The other one with the curly hair, and they also still have Vertongen, but Vertongen isn't what it used to be. Fast, that was it. They scraped by. And that's just, they scraped by. Slovakia made it, which is great. But the fact that Belgium didn't top this group is worrying. Would it be better for them if they had topped the group? They would have come out against the Netherlands, which is still tough. Maybe it would have been better. But I don't know. They didn't show enough, in my opinion. Romania, though, great. Ukraine, super unfortunate that with 4 points they're still out. But yeah, it was a group that was hard to predict after the first round. And Belgium got their act together. They scraped by to round of 16, and now it's only wait and see what they can do against France. But I don't have high hopes for Belgium to perform well. And then we have arrived at the final group, Group F. Here also I think 3 teams made it. So Georgia, I think it was their first major tournament, and they still have made it to the round of 16. Now they do face Spain, which means that they're pretty much fucked. But I mean, round of 16, it's great for a country like Georgia. As for Turkey, I think it was also the first time since 2002, I think, that they made it to the round of 16. So it's great for them. They face Austria, of course. Not an impossible task, but a difficult one. And Portugal, well, they face Slovenia. I think that they should make it. They probably should. I think most of these teams, their position kind of reflects how well that they played. Georgia outplayed their expectations. Portugal did what they had to do, which was top the group. And Turkey, they also just did what was expected of them. They honestly have a pretty solid squad with a lot of young talent. And yeah, I wouldn't rule them out against Austria, but they were convincingly beaten by Portugal. On the net they were strong against Czechia and Georgia, so who knows, they might make it, but I don't think that the chance is really big. And then maybe finally we should kind of go over every single round of 16 match. So firstly, Switzerland, Italy. I think it's pretty clear that it will probably be Italy. And Germany, Denmark, same. I think it's probably going to be Germany. England, Slovakia. I genuinely think that England might struggle, but maybe in extra time. The way they have been playing, I don't see them winning in 90 minutes, or they just score one goal and then lock everything up again. Spain shouldn't have too much issue with Georgia. Belgium doesn't stand too much of a chance, I think, against France. France will just advance. Portugal shouldn't have too much issue with Slovenia. Romania has been surprising in moments, and against Belgium they were also not bad. So I don't think that they will drown against the Netherlands, but I don't think they will be beaten. And Austria, Turkey. It's probably going to be Austria. Now, perhaps maybe to round everything up, my main favorites for European champion, I do think it is Spain for me. That seems to be the most logical pick for me. So I'm calling it here, June 27th. My champion for the Euros is Spain. And then I'll see you in the next video. I'll probably also go over the round of 16 if this does well. So if you enjoyed it, like, and if you want to see more, then you can always subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video.